Hello Outcasts and other viewers, and welcome to another Battlefront 2 video. In today's video I'm going to talk about heroes versus villains and some essential tips to survive for a long time and win matches. But first I'd like to talk a bit about how it's changed since the previous Battlefront and things that haven't changed. First of all, the most notable change to me is that there are no longer standard infantry. It's actually really nice. It is, heroes versus villains is literally just heroes versus villains, and you don't have to spend half the match as a grunt trooper. Instead, what they've done is they've made it so you can pick your character at the start, and then you can proceed to play that character for the entire match. So if you have a favourite hero, you can just pick it and play it for the whole match. It's quite nice actually. The downside to this is if you were the last person to load in, like, for example, you're on a PC. I know console fanboys are going to be saying that console's much better for this, but let's say you're the last person to load in. You will most likely have to settle for being a non-lightsaber hero. It just seems like the lightsaber heroes are a bit too powerful in my opinion. That actually brings us on to the next point. Something that hasn't really changed in the game in my opinion is that it seems like the villains are still a bit more powerful than the heroes. It's quite a struggle to win and I've come so close, but overall the majority of matches I've played as the heroes I've lost. But when I play the villains however, it just seems like a breeze and not much of a struggle to win. So what do you guys think of this? Do you let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to know if you guys feel the same. One more thing though that we can't really dispute much is that Rey is actually quite a powerful character. Her mind control ability can just cause absolute chaos. The last thing worth mentioning is how the objective is now slightly different. Instead of eliminating all the other heroes and then starting a new round, the game now assigns a target on the other team for you to kill, and by killing that target it makes the other team lose a point. Alternatively, you can try to defend your teammate that is the target for the enemies, and it can be quite a cool objective, but there are problems that arise with this, and I'll get to that in a second. So, now I've filled you in on the changes to heroes versus villains, it's time to get onto the few tips I have for you. First tip. Focus the enemy target, but don't just ditch your enemy's target. Countless times I'll be aggressive in fighting the other team, but as soon as I'm the target, I start playing more defensive and stick with my teammates like glue because I don't want to die and lose a point for my team. However, I will mostly get teammates who will just ditch me and I'll be on my own trying to stay close to my teammates, but the enemy team will just be grouped up and I'll get destroyed by 3 people on the other team. So defend your teammate who's being hunted, seriously. Second tip, which is quite similar to the first, is stick as a group. This may seem obvious, but there are some people who just don't stick with a team and go solo into fights and die, and leave their teammates a man down in a fight, which can be crucial to winning actually. Strength in numbers is so important in Battlefront 2, and being as a group of 4 makes you practically invincible. It's so hard for the enemy to kill their target if he's being protected by 3 teammates. If your teammates aren't sticking with you, just try to stay as close as possible to them and you'll be maximising your chances of winning. Last tip, and this is probably the most stupid yet brilliant tips I can give you. Use the map to your advantage. There's plenty of places on these maps to push or pull people off the edge to their deaths. If you aren't the target, you can just play Kylo for example and jump off the map and pull the target with you, and even if he dies of falling, the enemy still loses a point. So if you're getting rushed by, loads of people for example, including your target, you can literally just jump off the map and pull them with you. Alternatively, position yourself so you can push them off. So if you don't fancy suiciding for the cause and you're playing like Yoda for example, you can push them off the map. I know you don't really get the kills for it, and it's kind of more satisfying to get the kills, but if you really like playing the objective and you just want to win more, then you can always just push the target off and kill the rest of the teammates around him. That's also an option for you as well. But those are all the tips I've got for you for the time being. Be sure to stick around though for more Battlefront videos, including hidden spots you can stand in on maps, or just silly glitches we've come across. But what do you guys think about the villains in the new game? Are they OP, or do you think it's just random chance that I lose most matches against the villains? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this far. My name is Chris and I will see you very soon.